So folks, we're back to do the 6th and 7th clue, and I just put together a bunch of clips, so it's not going to be very good. I just want you to get the gist of it. And right before I started filming about an hour ago, one of my caps fell off my tooth, so it'd be a little bit interesting to do. So let's review. Let's review. We started with begin at where warm waters halt, and we went to page 126 and solved our first clue, which was the treasure chest on page 126, and it gave us how to navigate the poem. Gave us the tools to navigate the poem. Then by the 5th clue, we had decided that all the clues are part of the first clue. That's how I could get by with doublespeak. So now we're ready for the 6th clue. So I think everybody pretty much knows how this would go. Begin at where warm waters. That's the 6th. So we'll be right back. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, I wanted to remind you, 35 in the middle and flats. Just kind of keep those at the back of your mind. And we'll be right back. So folks, our 6th clue is begin at where warm waters. What's the opposite of warm? It's cold. So let's begin. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I got 30 there. Let's go to the bottom down here. Excuse me. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46 for our 6th clue. Okay, folks, on page 46, we have water mentioned, of course, here. No heat, cold, and my one-room cabin in paradise. If you are brave and in the wood. If he's in the one-room cabin, he's in the wood. And right up here at the top, remember this, he's got west, right there, west, the word west. And just remember that for future notice. So we got 46, folks. I'm going to write that down here. Thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if you noticed, we went the other direction after that 107. It was just kind of an interesting thing to do. I don't know why I did it, but it worked out. I hope it works out anyway. So now we've got 5 numbers on the bottom. Our next number would be our 6th number on the bottom. And our 7th clue would be what? Begin at where warm waters halt. But we've already had that. That was our very first clue, right? So, let's read it again. Begin at where warm waters halt. Let's go where the clue halted. If you go clear, or solve halted, go to the 4th paragraph. It says, if you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. That's how our first solve, that's where our first solve halted. It halted with the riddle. So let's go to this, and we'll be back in just a second. So folks, as you can see, our very first clue ended in a riddle. If you've been wise and found the blaze. Well, let's keep reading. Look quickly down, your quest to cease, but tarry scant with marble gaze. Just take the chest and go in peace. So why is it that, wise is the plural of why. So if you've been wise, why? Let's check. So we're just going to do this right here. We're going to start counting it Y, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to go back up because that means look up. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, because that means that's the opposite. That's the opposite of seek. So we got 42. So folks, we were wise and we found the blaze. So we found out why wise, it could be construed as the plural of why. So we found one Y right there. So we've got 6 numbers at the bottom. Give me just a second. I could have had this done earlier, but I wanted to do it in real time so you can get the kind of a feel of it too. We got 6 numbers at the bottom. Page 42, we got Gypsy Magic. We had 1 Y, we're looking for 2 more Y's. I wonder where they are. Why, here's a Y, and here's a Y. Well, let's do this. Oh, I'm sure that's a fluke, right? Happened right on our 6th number. Okay. So, go to this. This isn't very well. It just gives you a rundown of where we are. It's not Wyoming. Of course, that's a fluke. I understand that. But before we go, I want to show you something. We have a Y, 2 Y's right there. So we have 3 Y's there using 2 forms of Y. And go to this and we'll be back. Folks, this is where our blaze leads us. But first, before we do anything else, I want you to notice right there, Purgatory Flats Trail, Flats. For some reason, he wanted us to, he drew attention to that, whatever Purgatory Flats, Purgatory, it means, because I don't know what it means, but I think if we indulged in a long thinking process, maybe we could figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, this is a stop along the Durango Silverton Railroad. I'm going to show you the name of the place. It's called the Cascade Y. And I want to show you this. It's a 3-sided railroad switch. How many times did he talk about switching? He had a whole chapter of it in Too Far to Walk. It's a 3-sided railroad switch. Now we got a Y, a 3-sided Y on the ground after we had our 3 Y's in the poem and the book. Kind of a coincidence, don't you think? Anyway, this is a stop along the Silverton Durango Railroad. It's an excursion stop where they stop and the train follows the Animas River, which is a Gold Star fishing area, and it follows it from either the Rockwood or the Durango Depot, and they get on there, and I'll tell you more about it in a little bit later, but I just want to tell you this. That's why you have the train. It follows the river, so you don't need any paddle up a creek. So here's heavy loads and water high. And once you get there, once the trains get there, they're beer trains and wine trains. You get anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, 3 hours, and they cater you a meal on the ground, and you can go back to your railroad car, and that's what they are called, cars. You can go do anything you want, and when they're ready to go, they toot the horn, and you're ready to get back on board and go home. And that's about it for that. Page 42. The Caddy Railroad tracks were about a half a mile from our house, and late at night, I could hear the steam engines puff and the engineers blow their air horns. It was a soothing, and sometimes I think I can still hear it when the wind is out of the east. So folks, here's our GPS, where we ended on a GPS number. About a half a mile east is the main Durango-Silverton Railroad tracks. You got a bridge here. Hikers use the bridge. They have to blow their horns there, and they'd have to blow their horns here for safety reasons. I think that pretty much says it all for page 42. Welcome back again, folks. First off, I wanted to take care of 35 in the middle, and as you can tell, 35 is the middle, is the minutes on the latitude part of the equation. So I just wanted to show you that. If you go on and you do the 8th clue, remember, don't violate that rule. So we also got flats, and we saw that Purgatory Flats, the trail right by where you get there. When you get there, I don't know what it has to do with anything, but I thought for a long time if I just indulged in a lot of deep thinking, I could probably get some kind of a clue what it means, but maybe not. But what I wanted to really bring to your attention is the Cascade Y, the 3-sided railroad switch. The trains come this way, then they can back in and go the other way. Now, at the Cascade Y, you have warm waters halting. A steam train will pull in there, and they're back in there, they stop, and they halt. But here's something I didn't know. What is a halt? A halt is a small, unmanned railroad station. I didn't know that. So he got warm waters halting at a halt. Now, I know that's all just a coincidence, but we got the 3-sided railroad switch. And he used the word Y three different ways. WHY. He used Y, and then he used YWE. And we had a three-sided on the ground, and we had 3 of them in the book and the poem. That's a lot of coincidences, but I'm sure it's just a coincidence, because he also said publicly that you wouldn't find this on a vacation. Of course, this is one of the top vacation spots to go in the 4-state area. And he also said you wouldn't find this on a Sunday afternoon picnic. Of course, that's what these are. They're picnics. So, I just think it's kind of interesting that we know what it's not. So, if you go on and do the 8th clue, it will, how do I say this? It'll bring things more into focus and nail things down. And I think that's a very good way to say that. And for all you naysayers out there, I'm going to leave a little story I got out of the preference of Too Far to Walk. I'm going to call this the intentional story I'm giving you at the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if I ever come back, I'll probably make the 8th clue, but I don't know if I'll make it or not, because I just don't know if I should. The 8th and 9th clue will take you exactly where it was at. If it wasn't in Wyoming, I mean, of course. All right, well, thank you. Thanks a lot for joining me. Goodbye. Oh, folks, I'm sorry. I just almost forgot. The only 2 ways into this place are the train and the Purgatory Flats Trail. The Purgatory Flats Trail is 4.5 miles in, 4.5 miles out. So, hence, not far, but too far to walk. And I wanted to throw that in there just, so you'd know. And remember, you got brew trains, beer trains, and wine trains. And with that, I guess we'll just end this video with an intentional story from the preference of Too Far to Walk. An intentional one. Alrighty. Thank you.